what I'm still saying to this day is get yourself an education. It's one of the most important things that you have to do within your life. Get educated, because without education, there's nothing for you.
Personally, when I was in school, I didn't want to be there. So it's, I was just going through the motions just to sort of keep me ma happy, and I'm going to school, man. You know, college was never an issue for me, or I wasn't even interested in it.
I just have always gone to work. I have been working since I was 16, and after I finished secondary school, and it was the big regret of mine that I didn't actually stay on and go to college.
Then after a bit of lived experience in life, I found that you could do subjects that you're actually interested in, and the learning environment that was provided was fun and it was stimulating, and it changed then from the newspapers I read to the television programs I watched. It made me question things about society in general, who produces the newspapers, why they produce them.
I came back to school when I was 50. I left school at the age of 14. And I hadn't done a junior cert or a leaving cert, so I decided to come back. I did a junior cert over 1 year, I did a leaving cert over 2 years, and then I did a university access course over 1 year.
Well, I was in an office job, you know, your typical 9 to 5, and kind of felt that I could kind of use myself outdoors more, kind of expel some of my energy that I had just sitting around.
It's the first one to do a leaving cert of 14 children, and to get to Trinity College they were overjoyed and very proud, very, very proud.
You weren't just a student, I suppose. You know, the lecturers were there to teach you, but it was up to you. You know, it was a big change. You know, it wasn't to do your homework, it wasn't do this, that and the other. Although they did encourage you to do that, so it was basically your own learning and you got out what you put in.
What I found much better about the outreach was, like, it's not like school where you have one teacher teaching the whole class. Students, so like, you have the same in outreach, but you get a lot more one-on-one in classes. Whereas, like, I'd hate maths in school, despised it, never got the help I wanted in doing maths. But when I came here, like, the help you get it's unbelievable. She gets around the whole class one-on-one.
Everybody really believes in that kind of ethos of learning being for everybody, and like, we take people in with kind of open arms, and it is a very nurturing environment.
I think that a lot of the teachers in Pathways in particular, they're very approachable. You can go and you can say, I didn't do the essay I was supposed to do because I had car trouble, or because I have an ESB bill, or my daughter's sick, or my mum, you know. So there's a realistic element to the teachers in that they've been through the stuff themselves, and they realise that life is not all about this assignment being in at a certain time and thing, and there's a flexibility there and a realism that you can go and speak to the manager, or you can speak to a teacher on a one-to-one basis as a mate and say, listen, I didn't do it because, and not feel that you're going to be discriminated against. Or
it's funny, like, they've often asked me to like, over the last few years I haven't been in contact all the time, but we've always kind of keyed in with each other now and again. How are you? You know, how you doing? I really got great support from all the teachers here. They were fantastic.
It's much more practical, and knowledge that you really apply. You apply in the real life, not just something that university stuff is a lot of theory, and when you go into real employment or something, you don't see that stuff really. And here is, I don't know what's the word, down to earth or something like that.
So it kind of has a background, like, to everything that we do, links into one another, so it helps you progress to how to, once you're finished the course, how to actually get into the industry and have every little bit of detail that you could need.
I can try myself in my future profession. So just it. So I understand maybe it's not for me. Maybe I'm not for this profession. So you can try yourself.
I think there's a greater community within VECs than universities because of the small scale of the classes, that everybody gets on with each other.
UH has helped me a lot over the years. At first, when I started, I was a messer. I like to just wreck the place and annoy everybody. But it wasn't too long after, they managed to get me to, like, you know, cop on and see the brighter kind of side of life.
When I was in college, we could walk through each class and just check out what other people are doing. You know, they were checking out our work. It was quite sort of cool to see, you know, who your peers are when you're going up the ranks, and, you know, sort of trying to help other people come up to your standard as well.
Not only the education, but to learn how things function, you know, in society, you know, culture, politics, because everything really is different in every country. You know. It has specific things.
Projects that we did very many of them every month. We would have had at least one within our course, and because of that you learn better communication skills, better leadership skills, you know, all the qualities that would be needed to basically go into the working world from there. And it also gave me more of an insight into what I wanted to do, so it led me on to further college education from here as well. So it gave me the confidence to realise that I could go further on. You know, it was a real confidence builder.
Massive, life-changing. I mean, I failed my Leaving Cert when I was in school, and I doubted my own ability, and through, I don't want to say coercion, but persuasion of teachers and constant encouragement, non-judgmental, that I started to believe in myself and maybe I can finish this course. And then I turned into a serial course offender, and now I'm in a job where I go home in the evening and I feel like I actually, on some small level, have helped change someone's life, in that they're not dropping out on the course, they're finishing the course, and I love my job. I wake up in the morning and I'm delighted to have my job, you know.
Like, they teach you everything about everyday life, things to be aware of, you know, like drugs, alcohol, everything. Just so much they actually help you out with you. It's like your man and dad here to do everything for you.
VEC teachers are marvellous, I can assure you, very innovative, and they really enjoy their work, and the rewards are there when the kids are going out with their results.
The one thing I'm always grateful for is that the opportunity that gave me to work in the field I love. So I love, you know, when you actually love going into work every day, it's brilliant. You know, it doesn't feel, and, like, you know, there is kind of tough times, you have up and down days, but overall it's great to have a job you like, you know.
When I was in school, even though I did do quite well academically in school, one of my teachers, I remember, saying to me, you know, all the time you're playing all the sports, Maria, you mightn't always make a career out of it, not out of the GAA. And 10 years later, I'm going back to the school now and I'm coaching GAA in the school. I was saying I'm making a living out of it, you know, I made a career out of it. So, you know, it was always at the back of my mind. It was always something that I wanted to do, and it's great. This gave me the building blocks to follow a dream ultimately, because that's what it was. You know, like, it wasn't an option to me at some stage there through school, but it was a dream, and I got to follow it. So here I am now, living the dream.